I know more people are gonna filter in, but I'm gonna be,
Come here. Come here.
I'm just gonna get started because, you know, we all have things to do, right? Okay, so here's the overview of the agenda for today.
Wendy,
Oops.
Wendy.
Okay, we are going to um, talk about, okay, if you're a new person, like what are the perks that you get? Because Young Living is such a generous company that with each rank that you get to, you get a little something, something, some fun things. So Jessica Petty, I think, is going to be handling that. I'm going to talk quickly, just kind of an overview of the 3 ways that we now have to grow our business systematically. The good, better, best kind of approach of that. Kelowna is going to talk about how to get people to your events, the kinds of events that she and Jessica have been doing together that have been really fantastic. I'll chime in a little bit about the local events that we do. Um, and then we'll open things up for a Q&A. And if anybody wants any coaching, Yvonne, my sister, Yvonne G, is now a Kristen Boss certified coach, right? Is that what you call it? Life coach. And so she can help us, life and business coach. So if anyone's running into any kind of like hurdles with their businesses or just like needs a little bit of motivation, or you just feel like there's something keeping me from doing what I need to do, Yvonne can help kind of unpack that for you. So that's kind of the general overview of how the call is going to work. Ideally, we finish this, you know, in 45 minutes, maybe an hour. But we have plenty of time. We're going to have plenty of time for all of you to ask questions. So to begin with, Nathan, is Jessica coming or is she on there? Or?
Yeah, she's got kids, dealing with kids so right now.
Okay.
So we're
So,
kind of dividing and conquering here.
okay, so why don't I start with the 3 ways of growing business systematically, and then when she's here, we can talk about the things that happen with each rank. That'll be a great segue into doing classes and stuff like that. So if you are not aware, we have 3 really, really wonderful ways to grow our business, right? The first way is kind of 2 ways: sharing with your individual people or sharing in classes. So that's like a good way to get interest, right? And to get people ready to join and buy make a shift kits or starter kits or customized bundle of their product. So there's lots of topics. I know in Spruce Society and all the other groups, there's lots of resources already out there for you to use to create classes. So you don't even have to really come up with much of anything. I know the Spruce Society website even has class scripts and graphics and all of that that you can print out and just follow. And really with classes, the more simple that you can make it, the better, because you want your classes to be something where a new person comes and they're like, I could totally do that so much better. Like you don't want to have a huge spread where it's like tons of time and effort that, and like sometimes it's nice to have that, but for every class, I do not recommend that. So, just make it super simple. Just have some hummus and some veggies or whatever, chips, salsa, and then, maybe have some ninja, maybe not. And just get to the content. If you have to print stuff out and read it, that's great, and if you don't know the answers to questions, don't feel dumb. Just say, I don't know the answer to that question. Let me find out and I'll get back to you. Because we definitely want to avoid being a walking encyclopedia, because then you become the person that everyone wants to go to get answers. And there's answers that are out there, right? We have resources like the Spruce Society has tons of information and testimonials. Each of the diamonds in this group, we've got our own, some of us have our own product education groups. that have tons of information, or business education groups that have tons of information. So there's places that we can point people to so that they're not constantly relying on us for the information, right? But you definitely want people that are brand new to come and be like, oh, that was so easy. I could totally do that. You want them to have that thought process in their head of like, I could do that. I could do that. Or like, that was really lame. I could do that so much better. Because then that's showing this is duplicatable. You can do this too, and take it and run with it, and just have them thinking about like all the people that they know that they could invite to a class, right? The second, the better. So that was a good way, right? It takes effort. You have to have space. You have to put yourself out there to invite people. Ideally, you're collaborating with crossline people, upline people in your area so that you're joining forces and it's not all on you. But every month you have to do at least one, maybe two events, and it can be a lot sometimes, especially for people that work full time, especially for people that have families and work full time and are doing this as a business, right? So it's a good way of building your business, but it's time consuming and it's not always a hit, right? You might have nobody show up, and that's okay. Still take pictures, post it on social media, and talk about how it was great to have this event. Nobody needs to know you had 0 people show up, right? You are showing what you made, or how, maybe the content or the products that you would have talked about. Use that time, if nobody showed up, to start following up with people. Like, you already set aside that hour and a half, 2 hour time frame for your class, so you might as well use that for your business. So even a 0 attended class is still a successful class because you still put yourself out there. People thought about you going to your class. They might probably just flaked or whatever, but then you're going to keep building on that momentum each time you have a class. The next step up for building your business systematically is the 14-day reset, right? So the 14-day reset, if you're not familiar with that, is drinking just a ton of Ninja. You're drinking 12 ounces of Ninja for the first 3 days, I think 6 ounces for the rest of the 14 days. You're drinking half your body weight in ounces in water. You're eating clean, not necessarily hardcore. And then you're also moving for 30 minutes. How you move, if that's walking, if that's riding a bike, if that's going full force and doing, totally cardio, whatever, that's your choice. But 14 days of doing Ninja and those other 3 things, and people are having phenomenal results. It's helping to get rid of chronic inflammation. And because it's a whole lifestyle, 14 days of information, it's not just we're selling Ninja and that's it. We're selling Ninja, we're talking about water consumption, moving your body, and eating healthy, and why all those things are important. We talk about mindset. We talk about a ton of things in it about lifestyle, why sleep is so important. And so because it's a lifestyle 14-day group, we can talk non-compliantly, right? We can talk about sleep. We can talk about losing weight. We can talk about, your blood sugar levels going down, cholesterol levels going down, autoimmune issues going away. So it really is a fantastic way to get people using one product with Young Living, introduce them, have a huge, impactful, positive result out of it. They're gonna want to share with somebody. Maybe it's just one person in their life that they know. But also, what the stats are showing is if you have someone start on loyalty rewards with Ninja, they have a 98%, I think it's 98% reorder rate. So that is a fantastic way for someone to just get started, get them on loyalty rewards, ordering Ninja every single month. Then you start expanding and sharing about the other products. And the great thing about the 14-day reset is the leaders in there are already highlighting supplements. They're already highlighting clean living products. And so they're already getting people, anybody doing the 14-day reset they're already getting that little bit of a drip, drip, drip of the products so that when they're done with the 14-day reset, you can follow up with them to find out what kind of products do you think you might want to try next, right? And add those to your loyalty rewards. So that is a really good way to build your business. And it's so systematic because it's every single month. There's a reset that's happening every month. You can rely on it night and day. They have a sneak peek group that you can put your interested people in there, tons of testimonials that are really like life enhancing testimonials. They have a leader hub group that has all the resources that any brand partner would ever need to share about the 14-day reset, testimonials, scripts, graphics, everything. So that's one way. You can just build your business simply on Ninja and that 14 days. And every month, you're getting more and more people to join that 14-day reset. And the ladies that started the 14-day reset, I believe there were 14 of them. 11 of them won Hawaii, the Kona trip. And they say the only reason they won it or earned it was because of the 14-day reset. They were constantly talking about it, constantly getting people into the groups and all of that. Okay. I'll answer questions in a second, but if anybody else is in there that can answer the questions, that would be great. So that's the second way that systematically we can grow. First way is good, classes. Takes a lot of time, takes a lot of effort, and it is duplicatable, but it's not always guaranteed that people are gonna leave there buying something, right? The second way is a 14-day reset, 98% reorder rate. That's huge. And the third way is the health plans. So Young Living launched the 3 health plans, and I'm going to share my screen because I made some new graphics, and I'm going to move these little doohickeys over. Okay, so can you all see these graphics? I'll put them in Spruce Society in a bit, but just building your business using the Young Living health plans is so doable. And the great thing about it is it's adding another income stream opportunity to our portfolio of products, right? Our products are amazing, but there's a huge amount of the population in the United States that doesn't care about oils. They don't care about non-toxic living, but they do all have health care, and they all probably want better health care, right? So let's take an example of somebody in the 40 to 49-year-old tier. They've got a family and they're going to sign up for the Holistic Plus Clear Share plan. That is going to give you 101 PV every single month. Every single month, you are going to get that. And then because they signed up for the Holistic Plus Clear Share plan, they're going to get $75 worth of Young Living supplements and oils reimbursed every month. So then it's going to be my job to educate that person as to what the $75, PV products are. I'm going to just suggest Ninja and get them into the reset, right? And to put that on loyalty rewards, since they're going to be able to have $75 per month on loyalty rewards. That adds up to 176 PV per month. So every single month that this one person with a family that signed up for one plan, I'm going to get 176 PV per month. So not only does it make getting to these ranks easier, I mean, 199 people that are, let's just say everybody in that group is in that tier, and you're getting 176 PV per month. I only need to find less than 200 people. And that's not even me, right? That means my downline can be helping. If me and my downline get 199 people enrolled on this plan with the Holistic Clear Share and the 75 PV, I'll hit gold very easily, right? And gold OGV and annual income, average annual income for gold is $56,000. Now, I don't know about you, but I think everybody out there could benefit from $56,000 a year bump. A raise of $56,000 a year, I think is pretty insane, right? So just focusing on the health plans is giving you this new income stream. It's giving you increased retention in OGV because they're getting that $75 a month product reimbursement, and you're getting that monthly PV from the health plan, which means your overall group volume is going to stay more stable. It's not going to fluctuate all over the place because people are taking stuff out of their loyalty or quitting loyalty or someone's just not ordering or whatever. And that means your rank is going to stay more stable. That means your duplication rate is going to be easier because all you need to do is help somebody see that signing up 3 members on average, right, to the health plan is going to get them to star. So the more that you can duplicate this and get your new people to sign people up for this health plan, the more stars you create. 3 people is not that much. So you're going to have decreased burnout because you're not going to have to actually really start at 0 every single month, right? Because this PV is going to show up every month. The rate that it's going to vary is very minimal because most people are not switching their health plans left and right. They're going to stay on their health plan. And even if they just start with ClearShare or just the holistic, maybe over time you'll be able to show them the benefit of combining holistic with ClearShare, right? And we've talked last week about businesses and going and finding small businesses, talking to practitioners, and just think about the people that you know that are chiropractors or acupuncturists. One of the benefits of the holistic plan is that you get up to 24 combined visits of acupuncture or chiropractic. You'll pay $35 per visit, but you get $175 worth of services reimbursed. So if you have a chiropractic or an acupuncturist office that also has massage, maybe they do saunas, maybe they do lasers or whatever. If someone goes in there and they get the chiro adjustment, the chiro says, go do these other services, and all of those services are all on the same date of the visit, that is submissible as one visit. And all of those services add up to however much, but that person or you will get $175 back minus the $35 fee. So you want to start talking to those kind of wellness service offices. Encourage them to get a massage therapist in their office. Encourage them to find the lymph drainage specialist. Encourage them to find the laser services so that they can kind of bundle all of those things and give their clients a really well-rounded visit. And then start talking to businesses that are 49 employees or less. So Nathan's here, he's already starting that process. He can chime in a little bit later about that if we have questions. But I wanted to highlight, these numbers are updated from our PowerPoint. I took specific, just a 40 to 49-year-old person with a family on the holistic plus ClearShare plan. And these numbers make it super duplicatable and doable. Just think about enrolling people and getting them to share, and pretty soon you'll have silver or even gold or higher OGV and income. Okay, so those are the 3 ways that we can systematically start building our businesses. Next, we've got Jessica. Is she here with us? She was here with us. Maybe she's not here with us.
Yeah, she's on.
Okay.
I'm here.
Oh, there you are. Okay. So Jessica's now going to just kind of highlight the things that the perks that we get at the different ranks, because if you're new to Young Living, you might just think, okay, well, I get paid. But what we don't always highlight is you not only get paid, but you get all these really, really generous things along the way. So Go ahead, Jessica. Thanks.
Okay. So I was talking to Hayden. I see Hayden on the call, and he's kind of a new distributor, and he was saying, or a brand partner, and he was saying, well, how can I, get other people to want to be brand partners with Young Living? He's been using the products a long time. That's no brainer. But why this business? Why network marketing? Why Young Living? So I kind of did a little list. So I'll run through. First of all, why network marketing? If you've been in this business for a while, you know this already, but these are some things. First of all, if you have someone who's interested, I would hand them a copy of the 4-Year Career and say, read this, the short read, and it might change your life. Or the 4-Year Career for Women, also another really good book written by Richard Blissbrook, and the second one's written by his wife. Okay, so extra income, obviously, recurring income. Hello, that's why I've been able to live and stay with my babies the last, 10 years since I've been doing this business. You're self-employed. Right now, I'm partially here on the call, partially at my son's baseball game. I'm trying to do it all. Time management, you can kind of control your time however you want. Personal development, that's at the yin yang. So much personal development in this business. It's the best course in that. You get to help others. You can leave an inheritance. We just had one of our diamond leaders pass away, and she left her business to her 3 kids. That's money for them in their pocket that they wouldn't have unless she'd done this business. Low startup cost. The startup cost right now is $1. So how many businesses can you start for $1? Anyone can do it. There's no educational background, no discrimination. You just have to be 16 years old. See, tax advantages. You create a business with leverage. You start working, but then you grow a team underneath you, and suddenly your paycheck is based on the team's work and not just your work, which is like a normal job. In a normal job, you just get paid on what you do. There's no risk. You can just start up for $1. You can start part-time. So if you have another job, that's fine. You can do this part-time. You can work anywhere. I'm in my car right now on my phone. You can just do it anywhere. You can have a global team. I have team members all over the world. You can work with your friends. My mom, my stepmom, tons of my friends do this business with me. And there's free training, as right now you're on this call. Okay, so what do you get at the different ranks? Silver. When you get to silver, you get a silver paycheck, which is pretty cool, right? Go look at Carol's graphic, but the income disclosure statement will tell you what the average silver rank is, paycheck. You get a trip to Utah. They pay for everything, the flight, the hotel, and you get to see the farm and everything. And you also get a free gift from Young Living right now. I'm not sure what it is. It used to be a backpack. I think it's still like a Toomey backpack, or might have been changed. Gold. You also get a trip. You get a trip to Idaho to see the farm up there. You get another gift. I think it's a suitcase. You get into the gold chat group. I forgot to mention you also get access to the silver line, which is like a more personalized customer service. At platinum, you also get a trip to Ecuador, and you get another gift. I think it's another suitcase. But let's talk about diamond, because that's the big kahuna. And the thing about this thing that I've been talking with some of my leaders is, look, you guys, especially people that got to platinum and they could taste diamond, they could taste it. They were so close, and then their team kind of fell back. I'm like, listen, you guys, this is a systematic way you can build your team to diamond right now. Just look at that graphic that Carol put up. And yes, it has what it takes to get to each rank, but look at the OGV and think, okay, where am I now? And what kind of OGV do I need? What kind of OGV do I need to get to my next rank? And then look at, let me pull it up. So look at, let's say you need 100,000 OGV. So that would be 569 families. Yes, that's platinum, but maybe your OGV is $100,000, 100,000 OGV, PV from diamond. So, okay, that would be 569 families I need to write down. So focus on that number. What is that number that you need to get to either your next rank, or your dream rank? What is it? What is that number? Focus on that number of families that you need to enroll. So a diamond, you get at least, I think it's over a $20,000 paycheck minimum. You get diamond trips all over the world. We've been to Spain. We've been to Australia. We've been to Canada. We've been to Cayman Islands. We've been so many places. They're just these dream trips. We stay at the Ritz-Carlton. You stay at gorgeous. They take on these amazing trips where you go on hot air balloon rides and drive Ferraris, and I could show you endless pictures, but it's this amazing life that you get. We're going on the diamond trip next month to Japan to go to Okinawa. A diamond, you also get access to the diamond line where you can call anytime and talk to a person. They will help you. That thing has saved me countless times, time-wise and just otherwise. I get access to the Diamond Facebook group, the corporate one and the non-corporate one where diamonds just talk. You get access to the Diamond Lounge at convention, Diamond Day at convention. They give you another like gorgeous suitcase when you hit Diamond. You get flowers on your birthday, presents at Christmas. You also get access to the Diamond calls where they give you a preview for what's coming up before everybody else finds out. If I'm missing anything, anybody want to chime in? But it's just been such a blessing to have this business in my life and to be a diamond leader and to go on all these trips and have these experiences and to have a systematic way to build. It's been hard for me too, to get people to my classes. Like I'll talk about oils and we got a lot of people in the beginning and it's been, kind of dragging people recently to get to want to come. We still have people coming to our classes and things, but I want a systematic way that I know if I make so many calls, I'm going to have so many signups. So if I'm reaching out to small businesses and I'm calling small businesses and I say, could I send you some information about this health share plan? Or, if you want to talk about the 14-day reset, have a systematic way of building that I know that if I reach out to so many people, I'm going to have so many signups and it's going to grow. So how many families do I need to enroll? Because with one call, I can enroll, maybe they have 30 employees that would want to sign up. I'm not just talking about one call, one person. One call could be 30 people. One call could be nobody. They might be like, no, we're not interested, click. But one call could be the whole office or the whole school or whoever you're calling. It could be, so you take your number and maybe your number is 200 families. If I enroll 200 families, I'm going to get up to my next rank. Okay, so I think it was 199 families to get to gold. Let's take that number, 199 families to get to gold. Okay, how many phone calls, how many people am I going to have to call every day? How many businesses? And where do I find these businesses? Go on Yelp. So pick a category that you want to call. Maybe your category is electricians. I'm going to call electrician offices throughout the United States. Okay, I'm going to call every electrician office that there is in Houston, in Dallas, in Virginia Beach, and like major cities. Just focus and pick a category, any category of small businesses, and just hit them. Just start calling. And we're going to give you guys scripts. We're going to give you emails. I would send them an email with the information, with the links, and then follow up with them. The key is always the follow up. So having the system is, I'm going to keep calling and I'm going to talk to people and I'm going to enroll people. And then tell your friends about it and say, look, this is what I'm doing. I'm building a business. I'm building the business where it's not just, I'm not working for an hourly wage. I'm building something that's going to create recurring income for me. And that's what I've had. That's what Harold has. A lot of people on this call have had. I've had recurring income coming in every single month from money that I can count on. That is because people are going to place their order month after month after month. Like Carol's saying, they're not going to not pay for their health. It's not a premium, but their monthly pay for their health share. They're not going to not pay that because they know that they have to have health care. So they're going to keep paying that, and that's how your OGV is going to become stabilized, and you're going to be able to build and build and build up to diamond or royal or whatever your dream is.
Awesome. Thank you, Jessica. Yeah, I just want to add to that. The beauty of network marketing is you don't have to have any skills. Like you just have to be able to know how to talk to people, right? And you don't have to know a bunch of people. When I started 10 years ago, I think I had like 500 Facebook friends. That was supposed to be like, woo, wow, that was a lot. So you don't have to have a huge amount of people. You just need to know one person who ends up knowing someone who knows someone that knows people, right? So I want you to not think of like, well, I don't know that many people, or like people I know don't have money or whatever. That doesn't matter. You can build this business. There are diamonds here who have built this business with no internet. People that are Amish with no internet have gotten to Crown Diamond. So they can do it. They just have built community, right? But you don't need to know a ton of people. You just need to know how to be able to open up a conversation and share about the products, or share about the 14-day reset, or share about the health plans, right? And the beauty of network marketing is you start at zero, but so does everyone else. So whether you have a high school degree or a PhD, everybody stays on the same level playing field, and you can outrank your upline. So there are people in our upline above us that aren't Royal Crown Diamond, that are maybe executive or gold, and they have massive amounts of OGV because they've got Melissa Kohler's entire downline underneath them, but they're just, for whatever reason, they're not interested in building beyond whatever rank they are. So that is a really wonderful thing, because at a regular, typical corporate job, it's not like the janitor is ever gonna become the CEO. I mean, very rarely that happens, but that's not common, right? And Yvonne brought up a good point. It's who you don't know yet. She is the queen of meeting people out in the wild. Okay, she met somebody at the library the other day. Her newest brand partner, Tiffany, is doing phenomenal, and she met Tiffany through the Buy Nothing group on Facebook. Tiffany came over to pick something up. They started chatting, and next thing you know, now Tiffany is, I think she's already a senior star, and it's only like her second or third month. So you want to avoid just thinking like that limited thinking way about this business. It's full of opportunities. So next up, we're going to have Kelowna talk about classes. Let me see if I can pin her.
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so classes, that's actually how I built my Young Living business to Crown Diamond, was doing in-person classes. And in the beginning, I mean, I started in my living room with like 11 of my friends and my sister-in-law and I, like, we were just like, okay, let's just have people over. And we had like a piece of paper with information about the kit oils, and we like nervously read it. I think it was like Oils and Wine was our event title or something, it was like, so we were like, oh, okay, like looking at our paper, and we felt like we didn't really, like, we were so nervous. I remember we were just pouring sweat. And we just passed around the starter kit oils and read off of our papers. And every single person in the room, except one person who ended up signing up with our upline, everyone enrolled. Like, they were all just like, well, whatever you guys are doing, we like, if you guys use this stuff and it's helping you with your kids, like, yeah, we want to do it too. And a lot of them were interested in the business. And maybe that was at a time when oils were newer to people. I don't know. But from there, people just wanted the information. So as often as we could get in front of people, we were teaching about the kit, and then kind of expanding on, these are the next oils you get after the kit, and you want to drink Ningxia, and you want to use the Thieves products. And so we just kept doing events. And I would say, like, for a couple years, for probably the first like 3 or 4 years, we were having like several events a week. I mean, like 3 or 4 nights a week, I was gone, and I was either at a library or a rec center or a coffee shop or someone's living room. They weren't always big events. Sometimes it was just like a small gathering. There were definitely times when people didn't show up, or we had like one person. And, like Carol said in the beginning of this call, if you heard, you just make the most of it. You go live, or you talk about, your setup or the Zyto compass that you have there, whatever, So obviously, during COVID, a lot of us had to pivot, who were building our business with in-person events, because no one could gather in person anymore. And so we kind of stopped. And I think since then, so many things have shifted, and some people just haven't been comfortable coming out and about again, or they got out of the habit, or people fell off. But recently, Jessica Petty and Alyssa Rodas and we all live in the same area, and we just decided, why don't we just start doing it again? Let's just start offering a weekly class. We got inspired by going to a retreat at Joanna Malone's house. She's a Royal Crown Diamond with Young Living that lives nearby, cross line to us. She's not on our team, but we went to a retreat at her house with some of her team. One of her teammates was talking about, every single week I have a class, and people just expect it. So they show up, or they bring someone. Some weeks it's small, some weeks it's big. And we're like, why aren't we doing that? We just need to do that every week. And so we put on the calendar, and every Wednesday, it's like our Wellness Wednesday. We have an event every Monday night. It's at Jessica's house. Jessica and Nathan graciously have opened up their home every Wednesday, and it can go to my house, or we can go other locations, but we've been doing them at their house, and it's been great. So the way we're getting people to those events, because I know sometimes people have trouble getting people to come to events. And the way that I get people to events, even if I'm just hosting something by myself, is individually texting or calling or running into someone and like having a conversation. And then somehow it comes up, oh, you want to learn more about hormones? Awesome. We're having this, local event. You should come over. And we usually have either people bring food, like bring an appetizer, or we make a pot of soup or something. Like we usually have some food and some ninja, and we chit chat for the first like maybe 20 minutes, half hour, and then we start and we talk for about an hour. But getting people there, I usually text. Jessica has been using Project Broadcast, and she just started blasting out a text to all of the people in San Diego that are in her entire downline. And it's been working, I mean, some people will say, stop, or I don't want to be contacted or whatever, but she has gotten also a really great response with people that have kind of been forgotten or fallen off, or just haven't been contacted by the person that's their upline. Maybe they're not actively doing Young Living anymore. And so it's brought a lot of great people together that we hadn't seen in a long time, and some new people that we don't even know, but they're connected, they're all on Jessica's team. And it's been great. And then at the end of each class, we're like, here's what we're doing next week. I mean, we did a Lucy Libido class, which was really fun. We had like a make and take component, and you could charge for it. We just kind of had everything out and let people make with our oils. But I mean, if cost is an issue, like in the beginning, I didn't have any extra money. I charged for everything, like make sure you're not spending more than you need to. But now we feel like we could be in a position where we can give a little bit and we don't worry about it, unless it's like a make and take event. It's very easy to charge like $10 or $20. I think Carol's doing that, or maybe did that already with like a beauty kind of night, so charge what you need to. People will still come, and it makes people even more committed to coming if they pay. We use Eventbrite. Or that's what we've been doing. And when you have under 25 people, you can use Eventbrite for free. And it's just a way for you to get RSVPs. We're not charging people. You can, but we've been doing it for free. If you put over 25 people, then they'll try to charge you $9.99. So that's kind of the trick. So our events have actually been filling up every week. Like it's sold out. People are like, we can't RSVP. We're like, oh, we're sold out, which looks kind of good, but then we're just like, you can still come, just text us. We'll give you the address or whatever. So that's how we've been doing it. It's been working great. It's really fun to have the three of us doing it together and switching off with topics. So next week or this week, I'm doing releasing emotional patterns with essential oils, which is just a topic I love. And a lot of people really enjoy that. And so it's great. It's been a ton of fun. And I mean, if I know some people will say, oh, well, I don't have an upline in my area, I don't have a community, then you make the community. Like then it's up to you to be the person that just says, I'm going to be the leader. I'm going to attract people. And if you don't have people, that's when you get to take a new yoga class or talk to the person in line at the grocery store. Like you've got to get out of your comfort zone. If you don't have a bunch of friends or a bunch of family, it's kind of on you to think about, how am I going to get people to my event? And there's lots of different strategies. Carol has great strategies for manifesting and creating what you want, but Jessica was really instrumental in me in the beginning of this business, helping me to create and visualize and really figure out what you want. Like she was just talking about, how many people do you need to get to what OGV, to get to what rank, to earn what amount of money? So the more clarity you can get, it's not like we're just trying to sell people stuff. Like we want to change people's lives. We want people to be like, what? You didn't put energy on your adrenals this afternoon? Like, no wonder you're dragging. Like we want people to have these products at their disposal and be using them and benefiting from them. So if you have that in mind, and then you're writing down, I'm filling my events, I have 20 people in my living room, you get clarity on what you want and how you want it to look. And pretty soon you will have that, and you'll just have people coming in that are excited to learn more. And it's a lot of fun when people are excited to learn. And of course, it's nice when you're in person, because then you can have an opportunity to like answer people's questions, because there are questions that people won't reach out and ask, but when you're talking to them face to face in someone's kitchen, they're like, oh, by the way, what's his loyalty rewards? Or I know you could be a brand partner, but like, how does that work? And so you get these nice conversations where it's just so much more real and authentic and lasting for relationship building than like what you can do online. Because I know a lot of us shifted to doing like making reels and doing more things on Instagram, which is totally fun. It's harder to make friends there though, because you don't really know people. But when you're sitting next to them and you're having these deep conversations and getting to know people, people come back for that. And that helps with the longevity of our businesses. So that's all I have.
Thank you, Kelowna. We've collaborated with Kelowna and Jessica for our team, and we've done events. So I've been hosting a monthly wellness event at our house. This past month we did a glow serum class. So everybody washed their faces with Bloom or Balance. This is the setup that I made. I made a grazing table. Okay. It looks fancy, but it's so easy. You just get like 3 cheeses. I did a bunch. 3 to 5 cheeses, some hummus in here with some vegetables, some of that Trader Joe's lentil feta bruschetta dip, threw some chips around that, threw some crackers out there, and then the leaders all brought different things. So this is what it looked like before, and then here's what it looked like after. And everyone was like, ooh, once all the guests came, they're like, wow, this is so fancy. But like literally, you're just throwing stuff in the spaces. Okay. And then we made a serum that I charged $20 for. And here's all of us sitting around with our charcoal masks. And this was super fun. Like Kelowna was saying, this was the community building. We're sharing, we're talking about things, life in general, about kids, and started talking about products and sharing testimonials and different things like that. So I advertise on Nextdoor. I joined some women's groups on Facebook and local women's groups. I advertise on there. And then I joined a networking group in my area of holistic practitioners. And that's where I go and I find speakers. So the way that we have our events is there's a guest speaker and then a tiny little Young Living blurb somehow related, unless we're doing like a make and take like that. So we had someone that is like a PhD in yoga therapy come and do a breathwork class. And right before we did the actual breathwork stuff, we passed around peppermint and had everybody smell it on a little cotton circle. And then we had everybody put some RC or Raven on their chest. And people were, able to just breathe better. And that's basically all that we talked about in terms of Young Living products. We've had hormones classes where we've invited naturopaths to come and talk about natural ways to manage hormones. Next month, March, we have a lady coming who's a feng shui expert, and she's going to come and talk about feng shuiing your home for spring. We're going to briefly mention how you want to use non-toxic products in your home, because toxins add to the disruption of the energy in your home. And then I'm going to pre-make some room sprays with like sage and white angelica in it and then sell those. But people are now wanting to know, like, when's the next one? What are you having next time? And they're really interested in these speakers. So we had a pelvic floor therapist. So, Nathan, even though you're a guy, like, have your wife go see a pelvic floor therapist, because after birth, you need that. But it's great for men and women. And that was one of our most well-attended classes. So just having these different speakers, like reach out to different practitioners in the area and see, would you like to come and speak at my event? And then, have them also promote the event with their people. So they don't charge, they do it for free because that's getting them free exposure. So like the pelvic floor therapist probably got quite a lot of business because everything she was saying, everyone was like, what? That's not normal. That's not normal. So yeah, they just do it to get exposure, and potential clients. They obviously are going to share their cards or brochures or whatever. I use a program similar to Project Broadcast. It's called Diamond Marketing App, and it has the ability to text people, create forms, and then I send out the practitioner's info in my follow-up texts. So yeah, so that is pretty much the stuff that we had scheduled to talk about. Does anyone have any questions that they have about anything we talked about or anything that we didn't talk about, just business building in general? Or does anyone have a question that they kind of want to get coached on? Maybe you feel weird about asking people questions. Oh, Nathan's got his hand up. Okay, Nathan, I'm asking you to.
Yeah,
Karen does too.
there we go. Just really quickly, I want to talk about just timing. When Jessica and I started back in this business in 2013, unbeknownst to us, there was this kind of wave of like Young Living that was about to happen, and we had no idea. And thankfully, the timing, I mean, the company had been around for 20 years, but there was a surge, and there was, it was Facebook, there were, I think, a lot of different things. I'm genuinely excited about the health plans. I don't think there's ever been a truly stickier way to generate organization OGV, organizational group volume, right? Volume that's going to stick, that's going to stay. When I'm like, ever since I've heard about the health plans about a month ago, I'm like, it's like all I've been thinking about, because I just feel like this is something that like we can build, and that it will be stickier than anything else that is ever. I mean, Ningxia Red is one of our best products, as a company. And the people who are on loyalty and buy Ningxia Red, like, that's a great product for Young Living. Thieves is another great, like, iconic product. I really feel like timing now in working with the health plans and the health share, like I said on the call last week, like, our 2024 strategy changed like that. I'm like, oh, that's our strategy now. Like, we are going to first understand the health share plans ourselves. Then we're going to help people to understand it and decide if they, educate them, and then help them move toward that if they want to. And I think the more that they see that it's truly a sticky way, like we talked about, good and better and best. And I think the writing's on the wall. I think this truly is the best way that we can share Young Living. And we should continue to do the classes and do all of these things in tandem, right? But the health share plans there is a timing factor here. And if we ride this wave, so to speak, now, this is good to keep OGV up and steady.
Thank you, Nathan. Okay, Hayden, you wanted to ask a question? Karen, I got you next.
Yeah, hi. So my question is kind of as I was figuring out which way I was going to go with building the business. And again, I do plan on doing classes, and obviously, like, I've used these oils for 13 years now at this point, which is crazy. But my goal is to use the 14-day reset and the health plans at the same time. The one thing that I'm finding difficult with, just strategizing and trying to figure this out is I know how to get the bodies, like how to get people interested in the 14-day reset, and then obviously getting them on the, you know, monthly order for the Ningxia Red to continue it. Same thing with the health plans. I know how to go to a 55 plus community, have a lunch and learn, and get those people all with the holistic plan on top of their Medicaid. Like, I get that concept. My thing that I'm concerned about, that I'm struggling with, is brainstorming how to get other business builders so that I can develop my legs with using the 14-day reset and the healthcare plan approach. So is there any sort of suggestions that you have? I already spoke to Jessica about this, obviously, you know, and she made it really crystal clear. She's like, you will know when you know, kind of thing, and a lot more other details. But is there anything that you guys have that you would like to add to her recommendations on how to kind of start off on a good foot, since I am starting from complete scratch?
I think what I recommend is really looking at who you already know in your network that knows people, that's sort of extroverted or willing to be extroverted if they need to be, that needs an income. And that would be a good top of your leg person. So I let it happen organically. 10 years ago, we were taught, like, don't ever talk about the business, just let it happen organically. And 4 out of my 6 level 1 people are not doing business. They're just collecting a check, which is not ideal, right? And then ideally you want people that are going to be motivated, self-motivated, independent, go get them kind of people at the top of your leg that are going to grow so that you aren't having to continue doing all the things for all the legs, right? But that said, the people that sometimes are in your inner circle are not gonna want to do it. None of my close friends have enrolled. They've maybe ordered, 2 of them have ordered. None of them want anything to do with any of the things with Young Living, which is super weird to me, but whatever, right? So I would find those people and let them know, like, hey, I have this really amazing opportunity to share about wellness. Like, would you like to sit down and learn more about it? It's an extra income stream that you could have. You know, you have Jessica and Nathan in your pocket. So you have people that have hit the top rank that you can say, I know people who have hit the top rank. You know, they hit the top rank within what, 3 years of them doing the business. So it's not a pipe dream to be able to say, like, this is a huge opportunity. So it sounds like you have the kind of gumption, that's like such an old person word, but it's the only word that could come to my mind, that you have like the gumption, you've got the grit that, like, you're like, oh yeah, I'll go talk to the 55 and up community. Like, not everybody's willing to do that, right? So like, props to you, Hayden, that you're already thinking that way. So start doing that. And when you find someone that's super excited about whatever, the business, the reset, the health plans, the products, then you say, hey, why don't you come join me? Because I would love to run and do this with you, right? You're asking people to join you with this journey to run, because you are legit gonna get there and do it and go, right? And so sharing that vision with people, I think, is a great way to find some leg leaders. Does anyone else have? Yeah, Yvonne?
Can I also say, I guess also figure out what color personality you are and look for people that are other color personalities with you. So I have a lot of greens, yellows, and reds on my team, and I'm blue because I'm all about the fun. But I also need people to who are red, who, like Tiffany was red. She's like, I want to win this trip for my 40th birthday. She started in 3 months, she got to executive, she won the trip. She was like, I'm going to talk to everybody that I know. I'm going to talk to my best friend. I'm going to ask everybody that I know to do the business with me. I mean, that's what she led with. She didn't lead with, you need oil. She's like, you need to do this business with me. You need money. I need money. Let's do this together. We both know so many people. This will be really fun. Who do you know that needs help with sleep? Who do you know that who's a mom, who's a dad, who's overworked, who's stressed, like all these things, right? She just talked to everybody. She joined a book club. She joined a gym. She joined a walking group. She got out there with her kids. She talked to all her homeschool moms. I mean, like she got out there. She asked me, can we do a class every week? So we did a class every week. She was at my house every day asking me questions. What about this on the comp plan? I'm like, I don't know. That's a good question, right? I've done this for 10 years. I don't know all the questions she was asking me. She forced me to be a better leader. She said, can we do classes on Zoom? I'm like, I've never done a class on Zoom. She's like, let's do it. So she forced me to do this. She got all of our team together. We did this as a team. We didn't do it. I didn't do it by myself. I didn't do it just with her. We asked our teammates, hey, who wants to read a paragraph out of Sarah Harnish's script book? That's what we use to do our classes. We each take a section, 2 minutes, we read it. We show people what we're reading so they know that it's not this fancy thing. We don't make pretty graphics. Maybe someone will hold up a roller and say like, this is what I'm talking about. We don't find the graphic online. We have people look at us. My team hates that, but I'm like, people need to see your face. So, I mean, we just kind of made it work. She talked to people in the grocery store. I taught her how to talk to people, and she found random people, and when she brings them to my house, she's like, can I bring this lady over? She wants to know about that book about feng shui, which is funny. I'm like, yeah, bring her over. So she comes over, we talk about feng shui. We come into my office, you can see there's like oils everywhere. The lady has to go to the bathroom. There's oils in the bathroom. I offer her some water and ask her if she wants some vitality drops. Are you dehydrated? She's like, yes. Oh my gosh, I love this. So like, that's how it is. Like people come to my house, I put them to work. I'm like, you're here early for a class. Can you go clean countertops in the bathroom? Here's a bottle of Thieves spray. They're like, what is this stuff? I'm like, just go clean everything in my house because I didn't have time. Right. So I have people get the glasses out. I have people find the oils. I have people go fill up the diffusers. I just am not prepared. I tell people I'm not prepared for everyone showing up at once. And then I make them go to work. I have people wash my dishes. I have people like do stuff. And they're like, this is amazing. How do I get this? Where did you get your sink cleaner? Where did you get this bottle of Thieves? And that's how we do it. I mean, people just need to see that you have stuff in your house.
Alona, you were gonna say something?
Yeah, just real quick, in response to your question, Hayden, Carol did a great thing at an event of hers that I was at years ago, and she had this huge audience of people, and she was talking about the starter kit. But at the end of the event, she said, if anybody wants to hear about the Young Living business, like she just did this little plug, we're going to be meeting over here. And I was like, oh, that was genius, because it kind of made you go like, yeah, I want to hear about the business. You know, I don't even know what she said, if she even said anything about making money or, you know, but that's a great way to do it once, because you're talking about having these events and having, you know, gathering people, and that you're, you know, comfortable and fine with that. You're going to be doing that. You can definitely use that time to bring it up. And then another thing that I have used over the years is when someone has an experience with a product and they reach out to you, and especially if you're doing the Ningxia reset, like people are losing weight, they have energy, like they're going to have these amazing experiences. They're going to come to you and be like, you're never going to believe this. And they're going to tell you this incredible story, and you're going to celebrate with them. And in that moment that they're at this like high and so stoked, you're like, hey, you know, your friends and family are going to start asking you how you lost this weight, why you look amazing, you know, how you did this. You might want to be a brand partner so that you can start bringing other people along with you, because people are going to ask. I mean, whether they walk in your house and they see your diffuser, or like Ivana's saying, they use your, you know, hand soap or whatever, like people are going to ask. And when they do, you might as well be set up, because you can get your product paid for. If you love the product and you're going to keep using them, like some people are motivated by just getting their product paid for by enrolling a few family and friends, or you can make a little bit of extra like side money, or there's an opportunity to like make a lot of money, you know? And so it gives people these options of like, oh, well, yeah, I'm sure my mom or my sister, or they start thinking of people that would want to try whatever they've done. And so that is kind of how I've done it over the years, is just wait for people to have that experience where they're loving the product. And then a lot of people are like, oh yeah, I could totally enroll like, you know, my best friend and my mom and my aunt, you know? So I just thought I'd mention that.
I also, when we do classes, I'll say, hey, everyone pull out your phones, can get on the Young Living website. I'll show you how to get on and how to create an account. And then everyone helps each other. And then we order, like, here's all the things to order, or here's what you can start with, or here's what we talked about. Here's a list of things. And then I say, you know, did you ever use affiliate links? And people are like, oh yeah, I have an affiliate link for toilet paper. I have an affiliate link for this pet food. And like, Young Living has an affiliate link, but they pay you way more than what these affiliate links use. And you can actually get your products paid for it, like Kelowna said. So that people are like, oh, wait a minute, tell me more about that. I said, it's $1 to join. And they say, what, $1? I said, yeah. And if you don't make money within your first year, I'll give you your $1 back. That's what I tell people. No, I haven't given anyone their $1 back.
That's great. Was that helpful? Did that answer your question, Hayden?
Yes, very much. Thank you guys. All of your answers were wonderful.
Okay, great.
Karen, you had a question.
Yes, I did. Well, first of all, I have to congratulate Yvonne. You just gave me lots of ideas, having people clean my house, clean my office. I'm going to start having my patients squirt the tables down with thieves instead of having me do it. And I'm just going to make the thieves sign bigger. But anyway, I love doing vendor events. And my question is for Wendy, because, you know, I love enroll. I just did a vendor event. I enrolled 9 people. Yeah, and it wasn't even a busy vendor event. Yeah, yep, with all kinds of different things. But what I have done is, I heard Wendy, I heard you say that you get 95% of the people on loyalty at vendor events. I want to hear how you do that. Go.
Karen.
Yes, Wendy.
I wish that were true.
Oh, I must really.
I could tell you a tall tale, but the reason that I am not successful with getting people on loyalty is my own limiting beliefs. I have friends who are very successful at getting people on loyalty at vendor events, and they simply offer them the opportunity for points. They offer the opportunity for the free diffuser, and they also show them the free gift that they would be getting. And that works for them. I have done that with people that I know, but I'm going to be completely honest, because I always am. When people come up and say their number one objection is that, is this a monthly thing? Am I going to get something every month? It is really hard for me in those 5 minutes that I have their attention, or 7 minutes, and they don't know me from Adam, for me to say, oh, hey, let me go ahead and put you on this loyalty program, when the first thing they said to me is that they didn't want that. So there is a way to maneuver around that. I like to get people on loyalty after they sign up by having them fall in love with the product. But this is also why I didn't win the trip to the Dominican, because I wasn't getting people on loyalty at sign up. So it's a problem. I wish it were true, and I could have told you a story, but I told you the truth. But there are people out there that are very successful at getting that loyalty reward sign up upon greet. So Karen, I just need to pull my big girl pants up and do it. Because when you're offering the points, and you're offering the free gift, and you're offering that diffuser, it's a no-brainer. They don't actually have to order. They should, and we hope that they do. So I don't know if that helped, but if it were me, I'd be like, okay, go ahead. As long as I know I can cancel, as long as I know I'm not married to this. And that was one of the first things I said to Melissa Kohler about loyalty or essential rewards at the time was, can I cancel? I needed to know that I could get off. And it is so easy. This isn't a commitment. We're not giving blood. We're not, signing over our firstborn. So I'll just keep talking. So I'll stop.
Karen, I have an idea for you. If you're doing vendor events, what if you had either a sign or when people are giving you their information, if they're writing stuff on like a clipboard or something, that the front of the clipboard, you have a laminated thing that says, would you like whatever, like the free stuff you get for being on loyalty, whatever the oil is for that month, you get, the 10% back. Would you like to earn at least $10 of free store credit? And, also want to get a free diffuser in next month, and just have that there, that they either have to lift it or it's a sign or something that they have to see. And then you can say like, oh, hey, by the way, you could get these things in addition to what you're already going to get for free. And I mean, now it's super easy to cancel. Back 10 years ago, you had to like search and find and call, and it was a hassle to cancel. But now like maybe you can even have like a screenshot of like, and if you ever want to cancel, like, here's where you click. Like, it's just a one-click thing. Yvonne has a suggestion.
On the
I
side
like to ask people a question where they say yes 3 times, because by the time you say yes the 4th time, they're like, yes, I'm in. So I say, do you like to save money? Yes. Do you like to get store credit for purchasing? Yes. Do you like loyalty programs? Do you like subscription? Like, do you like air miles? Do you get credit card points? Do you like shopping points? Yes. Did you know Young Living has all of that? And they start you at 10% back. Isn't that amazing? Yes. Here's how you get that. Yes, I want that. Did you know you can get a free diffuser your 2nd month? I didn't know that. Isn't that amazing? Now you don't have to choose which room your diffuser goes into. Isn't that great? Yes. Did you know you can get a free oil on your 3rd month? No, I didn't know that. Do you like free gifts? Yes. Do you want to get this? Yes. Did you know on month 4 you jump up to 20% back? I didn't know that. Isn't that amazing? You're going to get $20 back if you spend $100. So then you're only paying $80. Don't you like to make money when you're saving money? Yes. And then like, there it goes. It's just like, that's how we do it.
Awesome.
People don't have as many objections. And so Wendy, I tell people, do you ever change your mind when you have something in your cart? And they're like, yes. I'm like, well, guess what? You get to change your mind when you have your Young Living cart. And I'll help you decide what to put in it. That's what's so great. You get me as your personal shopper. Do you like personal shoppers? Yes. Guess what? I'm your personal shopper.
I would say yes to you, and I would say yes to Karen. So that's brilliant. And thank you for the idea, Carol. That is huge to have it sitting out in front of them or on the sign up sheet.
Mhm.
I do it a little bit weird. But I put their information in for them because we usually I'm generalizing here, but the internet's usually really wonky out
Yeah.
wherever the vendor event is. And so I have the sign up sheet, and I would say 8.5 out of 10 people, 8.5 people they have no problem leaving their credit card information with me. It's that 1.5 that I'll call on Monday and get the information for them. So on that sheet, it could specify what the free gift is that month. And then so it's just right there. So that's,
Mhm.
thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. We sign them up right then and there. I usually do the talking, and somebody says, yes, I'd like to buy something. And I say, go see my daughter Casey is sitting right over there. She and I have been tag teaming since she's living close to me now. And so I send them over to her, but that would not be a hard thing to do. And Yvonne, those 3 yes questions. Keep telling us, Yvonne.
You could have a flyer that you give them. Like, thank you so much for ordering through Young Living. Look for your Young Living account. Make sure you put in your phone, your Young Living account number under Young Living, and have your member number, your PIN, like all this stuff. Here's my phone number if you need to reach me. Here's my Instagram. Here's my Facebook. Here's my website. Here's how you look at loyalty. Like, here's my educational Facebook group. Here's all the ways to get plugged in, right? So then they take away something, and then later, after they've gone through the whole vendor event, they're like, oh yeah, that was Karen's information. look at, this is so handy. I don't have to go figure out how to find her.
Yeah, I like that. I do a series of 8 emails that I send to everybody, and it's in there, but how great to hand them the information and then they'll get it again, because, you know, we all need to hear things about 800 times to remember, what was that website again?
Mhm. Yeah.
Someone gave me a nice piece of feedback. I used to say that if you don't get their information at that time, they don't call you back. Well, they've been calling back lately. It is shocking and amazing, and I'm so thankful. But one of the gals said that she had a hard time finding me on Facebook. And so having that QR code on the sheets that people are walking away with, and I give people a what to expect sheet, because it's really confusing to them when they walk away with the product, because that's one of the big things that I do is have that product there. Then they get an email that says your product is shipped, and they start wigging out like, I didn't buy anything, why do I have product shipping? Which I would too, I would think the same thing. So I started giving them a sheet, what to expect. You're going to get an email, it's going to say your product shipped, but don't worry, it's for shipping back to me. But having a QR code of your Facebook group on there too, because a gal told me that she couldn't find it. So things are hard to find. So simple, simple, simple. And I have new ideas, and so I'm really appreciative of your time tonight.
All right, Karen, did that?
Me too. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, good. Hayden's got one more question. Go for it, Hayden.
Yeah, sorry. I know that we're running out of time, but this is for any of the men or husbands that are still on. So I'm finding it this like untapped world where men, I don't know why they don't use essential oils. It doesn't make any sense to me. I love obviously working with women and being in a group with all of you guys, but I am excited to get some guys potentially in this world as well. And so my question is to the husbands who are still able to hear this, or if ladies, feel free to chime in. But I am kickstarting my Instagram account. Well, I've already started it. And I would love to know, like, what are some products that would interest you? Or like if you were a man and you were on social media or you saw an event listed, what would be something that would be like, oh, I would go to that? Like, even if it was, you know, so I guess that's kind of like what I'm getting to is what would capture your attention in the world of essential oils? If there's any guys still on, I don't know if there are any guys still on the call. So
Nathan's still here. Yvonne's gonna say something. What were you gonna say?
How to have better
Yeah, no,
sex,
How to have
right?
better
Guys
sex.
how to have better sex, how to be attractive to your mate, how to lose stress. The Ningxia reset is easy because guys usually are already exercising. They want to drink water. You know, they once they're, I mean, I'm talking very generally. Once they're in a routine, it's kind of like, this is the easy button. I can drink juice. Anyone can drink juice.
Nathan, any ideas?
Gosh, I just think about like the whitening toothpaste that I use, the deodorant, and those things are great. You know, those are just super practical, simple things, right? That like guys use every single day, that we all use every single day. You know, all young living users, but anybody, right? Just those daily consumable products that anyone can if you're, you know, you're building a business, you want recurring buying. And so the Shootron, that's actually there's a Shootron 3-in-1. The shampoos are good. Actually the deodorant that I use, I that's like the best. It's actually, I got a little story to tell you about that. Sorry. So my anyway. Yeah, deodorant, the sensation, like the sensation is like it's a lubricant, basically. It's like for sex, right? Like it's good, and you should try it and use it. Go buy it and grab some, and then like use it, experience it yourself, and then share it with the guys, right? So I think Yvonne is onto something, right? Like, what do guys think about, like, you know, 75% of the day? Like, just I mean, whatever. So I mean, you're a guy, like, I mean, what are the things that you use, you know, that you're using? Yeah, dude, yeah, Wendy, sensation massage oil is great.
oil, not just the oil. Yeah, use the massage.
Yeah, it's not just a
oil.
lubricant, it's a massage oil, but it's, yeah.
I would also say, you know, like supplements are going to be things that guys are going to want to be interested in. Power Gies, the green omegas, the multi-greens, ninja greens, collagen,
The
prostate health. Like that
protein,
one,
the
there's
protein
science
powder.
behind prostate health. So
Yeah, there's so many good ones. Like if you just had everything in like kind of one shot of like things that you saw that you could use every single day. Yeah. Yeah, just go to Young Living and just type in men's products. And as you're looking at those, you know, those are
And-
the obvious ones.
And I think also for guys, like I know my sons and the guys that I know that are on my team, they want to shop at one place. They don't want to have to go to 10 different stores. So this is like one-stop shopping and they don't have to worry about ingredients. It's the easy button for a guy, like for a guy or a girl or whoever, right? College student, older parents, whatever, grandparents, the easy button.
And sleep supplements. That's something that my husband relies on in addition to the things that Nathan and Yvonne and some of you have mentioned. Sleep Essence and Imu Pro are something that like we are never out of in this household. Like he's has to have those around. He doesn't always take them every night, but I feel like sleep is something that is, you know, if you have something that can help you go to sleep, that's not, you know, that's good for you, basically. That's going to be something that's really helpful. And then my husband actually carries like, he'll travel with and carry like starter kit oils because like digize, like kind of everyone needs digestive help at some point, you know, peppermint for fresh breath or whatever. It's like you kind of have your favorites that you rely on or pan away if you have like soreness somewhere. So, and like one of his favorite products too is a pain cream in the CBD muscle and joint balm. Like he totally relies on those when he's in discomfort. So I just thought I'd mention that.
I don't know if you saw in the chat though, Progessence Plus, if they have a wife or female partner, because that helps the wife be nicer. And then prostate health, easy nutrition, stop the snore with Vetiver or Valor, and then a beer and oils class. That one's always pretty popular.
Or like cooking with vitality oils for barbecues and like things that,
like
you know,
grilling.
grilling things and outdoor stuff and pets. I mean, pretty much anything.
Thank you guys. I really appreciate it. And
Oh.
women. It's all of you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. Any other last minute questions before we close up? All righty. Thank you. We'll have another class or another of these Zooms next week. We'll see you next time. Bye. Thanks for joining
Thanks.
us.
Bye.
Bye.